it's boy Cardo WK, and today we're doing what if Naruto was Kakashi's brother, and Kakashi would just be the same age as Naruto, and Obito will still be alive. Everybody would still be alive, but they will all be the same age. So Kakashi would be Naruto's age, Obito would be Sasuke's brother. So yeah, let's just get into it. And this one's gonna be kind of dark. So if you don't like dark stories, go watch like a different series on the channel and subscribe and like the video. So let's get into it. So Naruto, he'll be born half 25% Hokage, 25% Uchiha, and he would have gray hair. So they're playing in the woods. No, Naruto is walking. Everything still happens, but except that Kakashi has half of the Nine Tails too. So Naruto's walking through the village without Kakashi, and everybody's saying demon brat. And now he's like, why? Why me? Why not Kakashi? And he jumps away. He makes a shadow clone to run and start messing with everybody. And they actually fall for it. So they start trying to mob him. Everybody. But Naruto, he steals an Ambu mask and he destroys the shop. And he goes to the clothing shop. He breaks in. He steals some black pants, jet black, and a black hoodie, just with the Uzumaki symbol on the back. And then he runs out of there. And Naruto, he puts on the mask, and during the night, he would scare people walking alone. And when one of the kids said, go to the graveyard, you're too scared, and he does, and then he doesn't come back. And everybody else, when the three kids go there, he's there and says, die. And he slices their head, like their face, so they have a thing on their eye, a scar on their eye, like Kakashi did. And nobody knows who it was. And then when Iruka went there, he threatened to stab him. And he took off his mask, Naruto, and he still goes to stab him. But Naruto kills Iruka. And then he leaves. Then the next day, they're in school. And everybody says, where's Iruka sensei? And Naruto says, I heard he died in the graveyard. And they say, nobody asked you. And Naruto activates the Sharingan. And I just told you what you wanted to know. And everybody shuts up. And the reason he's like this is because the Uchiha, they don't want the Nine Tails. But they don't know that Kakashi has it. So they took Kakashi in, but they didn't take Naruto in. And Naruto wasn't trying to ruin Kakashi's life, so he wasn't going to tell them that he had it too. So Naruto just lived alone in the woods. He really didn't mind. Naruto was probably Chunin level, and he's only 8, so pretty good. So Naruto, he becomes a Genin with Kakashi and Itachi. They're on a team together, and their leader is, I'm just gonna say it's Asuma, just cause I want it to be. So Asuma is their team leader. So Naruto, he doesn't really listen to Asuma. He's like Kakashi was, lazy, not lazy, but independent. He can do everything by himself. He already has his 3-tomo Sharingan, and Kakashi doesn't even have his Sharingan. Itachi has his 2-tomo, so yeah. And everybody calls Kakashi a disgrace in the Uchiha, but they can't abandon an Uchiha, so they keep him. So Naruto, they go on a mission. They go on the Zabuza mission. And this is at the same time, but they just graduated earlier. So Naruto, Kakashi, and Itachi, when the Demon Brothers come out, Naruto just kills them on the spot. So why were those two ninjas after you? They're Chunin rank, probably low Chunin. Gato. Okay, we should stay on the mission then. And Naruto's in the back of the group, and he doesn't even care. He's just walking, and then he feels a demonic presence. And when the sword is thrown, Naruto grabs it and breaks it. Naruto kills Zabuza on point. And then Haku comes. Haku is furious. He's probably faster than Zabuza, so he's a little harder to catch. And then he's in the demonic ice mirrors. Naruto says, fine. Fire style, majestic flame destroyer, fire flame control. And this boosts the heat of the fire. It melts it. And then he knocks Haku out. And in this one, Haku's a girl, so yeah. So they take them back to Leaf after the mission is done, and it's still called the Great Naruto Bridge. So they take her back to the Leaf. And Naruto wants her to be put in the Anbu. And he says, okay, go to Danzo. And Naruto doesn't like Danzo. And Naruto kills Danzo. And he says, Danzo is dead on the floor in the base with the note on it. Don't mess with me, it said. Then she can be in the Anbu Black Ops. Can I join? No. No, I'm not. I'm probably the second strongest on our team. I beat her, so if she's allowed in, shouldn't I be? Fine. Well, I already have my Anbu gear. And he puts it on. I like it. It's comfortable, and I'm still too fast for anybody to even touch me. So Naruto, he's already a Chunin, and he's only 8. So that's pretty good for him. So Naruto, he will still have to take the Chunin exam since he can't just be promoted to Chunin. But he is a Chunin, but he has to be promoted to Chunin first. So he's still on the team, but at the same time, he's not. So Naruto, he still lives by himself, and then he gets knocked out, and this is by Hiruzen. And then Naruto, he's in his mind scape, and Kuruma's like, "Ugh, you damn Uchiha brat! Stop taking my chakra." What do you mean, Uchiha brat? And Naruto activates his Sharingan. That's it then. Naruto floats up with water around him. He rips off the seal. And he knows the formula since he just looked at it with his Sharingan. And he unseals Kuruma. I never wanted you sealed. So do you want me to unseal your other half? Yes. Uchiha brat. Fine then. And he closes the cage again. Stop calling me an Uchiha brat. Because my name is Naruto, and I don't even live with the Uchiha. I don't like them. And Naruto, he runs to Kakashi after he wakes up. And he unseals Kuruma. And Naruto has the mean Kuruma still, so yeah. It's easier for Kakashi. Kakashi gets KCM, but it's a weaker version, but until his body gets stronger. So Naruto, his body can probably handle it, only since he's been through more. So Naruto already has KCM, but it's a higher version than Kakashi's. And Naruto is known as the Great Flash. And yeah, he takes after his father a lot, so yeah. And this is because he has Kuruma by his side. So Naruto, will time skip to the Chunin exams. The first part is easy since he has Kuruma, and Kuruma is probably the oldest living thing other than all the other terror beasts with him. So he knows probably almost everything. So Naruto, he asked him for the answers. Same with Kakashi. And they beat it pretty easily, fastest time record. Naruto is faster though, because he has a better connection with Kuruma. And Naruto, he's nice to Kurama. He lets him out, but Kurama, he keeps a little chakra in Naruto so he doesn't die. So, yeah, they're a pretty good team. And Naruto, Kurama is a summoning, so the second phase. Naruto, Kakashi, and Itachi easily fly by. But in that time span, Orochimaru comes, but he doesn't do anything. And Kakashi unlocks his Sharingan in that moment. His first Tomo Sharingan. And now Kurama really hates him. You demon brat. You Uchiha brat, you better not use those on me. Why would I do that, Kurama? Kakashi says, "'Cause you're just like all the other Uchihas. Now, unlike your brother, you live with them. So I pity you." And he closes the cage, cutting off all the connection. But Naruto, he still has the chakra, but no real connection like Naruto did. So Naruto, he just laughs to himself. That's what he gets for living with the Uchiha instead of his real family. So Naruto does the preliminaries, the round, it goes the same. Nothing really changes except Naruto demolishing, blowing past Kiba. And yes, they already graduated, so yes. So Naruto says hi to Sasuke, since Sasuke was never mean to him. Neither was Itachi or anybody else. Itachi was also nice to him, but he didn't really care about that. And he didn't stop Neji from killing Hinata, so Hinata's dead. And Naruto never really liked Hinata. She was always mean to him too. So him and Neji started talking, and they became pretty good friends. And Naruto let him live with them. So Naruto lived with Neji by themselves, which wasn't really a problem. So we'll get into the third part. So Naruto still gets trained by Jiraiya and Kakashi. Naruto has lightning, fire, and wind. So I think Naruto would actually be able to come up with the Rasen Shuriken and the lightning Rasengan, like combined with Rasen Shuriken. So, but he wouldn't be able to perfect it. That would probably take a few years. He's not as experienced as he was, so, but he's still smarter. So I think he would be able to figure it out faster, if you know what I mean. So we'll get into it. Naruto, Neji just forfeits. He says, "I don't really care about becoming a Chunin." But Hiruzen knows that Neji is qualified to become a Chunin. And then next, we have Temari versus Shikamaru. Shikamaru actually doesn't give up. Naruto, he knows that Shikamaru is too lazy, but he still motivates him enough to where he would win and actually beat Temari. Naruto would go on, Sasuke would go on to fight Gaara. And when Gaara started to leave, he said, "Lightning barrier, trapping Sasuke and Gaara in there. No, you cannot leave until your match is done." But of course, Sasuke loses, but he's probably at least medium Chunin by now. And Hiruzen sees this, but then he gets attacked by the Kazekage. But Naruto says, "Go." And he speeds towards Orochimaru and kills him. That's Orochimaru, not the Kazekage. The Kazekage is still alive though. He just in the Leaf Sand Village. He just let Orochimaru go instead of himself. So you have nothing to worry about. And Gaara, I got this. He seals Shukaku. And he goes in there. "Don't mess with Gaara, or I'll kill you." And he says, "I'm made of sand. You can't kill me. But I can kill your host and then kill you. And you'll be dead for 20 years. How about that?" Well, I wouldn't kill Gaara. He's an Uzumaki, of course, so I can't kill him. And they make a treaty. Naruto splits Shukaku in half and gives it to Tamari. Tamari's now the new Jinchuriki. Naruto, he wants Gaara to live with him, so since he's also Uzumaki. And he's not gonna pass that up. Gaara actually has two friends now. Naruto and Neji. They're both nice to him. And they're nice to him. He's nice to them, and he gets what he deserves. So, the people who promoted the Chunin are Gaara, Sasuke. He makes an announcement to the whole village. Our newest group of Chunin: Naruto Hatake, Kakashi Hatake, Neji Hyuga, Gaara Uzumaki, Shikamaru Nara, Tamari Uzumaki. Well, Tamari and Kankuro. Because I don't think they're Uzumaki, so they would have red hair like Gaara. So, yeah. So, Naruto, Gaara, they all become Chunin. And Naruto leads his own team. But he doesn't want that. He drops out of the Anbu. And he forms a squad with Neji and Gaara. Just 3 Chunin. And they can take up to like A-rank missions. But Naruto, he could probably take an S-rank mission. Just right at the lowest S-rank mission you got, he could probably take it. So Naruto, in that 3 years, Jiraiya comes back. Come on, kid, you wanna come train with me? Sure. Can Gaara and Neji come? And he says, sure. Isn't that Gaara Kid a Jinchuriki too? Yes. And he says, perfect. And they go to Mount Miyaboku. And Neji starts learning Sage Mode. Same with Gaara, but before that, Naruto and him go into his mindscape. Naruto breaks the cage with a single punch. If you try to mess with Gaara, I'll kill you. I'll rip your chakra right out of you. Now, help Gaara get stronger. Help him live so you live. And he says, fine, here, Gaara. And he gives him his chakra. He starts getting blue marks all over him. And this is Shukaku's mode. So he can manipulate sand way better. He can use wind style. And that's probably about it. And Naruto says, here, I can teach you some wind jutsu then. He teaches him wind blaze. This is where pressurized air. And it is so hot that it feels like fire. So it's called wind blaze. Wind wall and great breakthrough. But Gaara, and then Neji says, let me teach you some taijutsu. Gaara loses. He throws his the sand gourd on his back. He sets it down and he starts training with Neji. Naruto starts absorbing Sage Jutsu. And he gets KCM. He has KCM, so it's easier to absorb. So this is where I'll be leaving off. Peace out, my dudes.